Hello and welcome to another video. I am just on my way to the barn, and I'm the type of person to carry as much stuff as you possibly can and make one trip. This is Cinnamon, one of my lesson horses, and this is Tara riding her. Cinnamon has come a long way. She's doing so good. This is Jackson, and he's very much enjoying his snuggle session. Oh, look at those eyes. How can you resist?
He's so cute.
He is so cute. He's so cozy.
Okay. Look at all the stuff.
No, you may not move me.
I'll take him.
Maybe that's the easiest way.
Come on. Okay, he doesn't like me.
Oh, no, really?
Go on.
Oh, he loves everybody. Oh, come back. I always like to read my tea bag. This one says, be giving, forgiving, compassionate, and loving. Excellent advice. Always great advice on my tea. Annabelle is very unhappy at the moment because the other horses just went into the arena and she doesn't want to be left alone. And that yawning is frustration. That's not good yawning. That's frustrated yawning. And Annabelle knows that if she stands quiet, that's when she gets put out. The problem is her mind is not relaxed. So I don't wait until my horses just simply stop moving their feet. I wait until they calm down. So until she is actually calmed down, I am not going to move her. So this is something that she needs to work through. But timing is everything. And see, she'll stop again because she's thinking, if I just stop, you'll untie me and put me away. Or take me to my friends or whatever it is. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait until she is relaxed and eating again, then she can go out. If I were to just take her and put her away when she's mentally not comfortable, that would only make it worse for the next time. So she would not get better. She would get worse about this. But when she can accept that, well, you just got to sit there and wait, and your buddies are gone, and you're going to have to deal with that. Just a little bit at a time. The biggest thing is to not turn them out until they are calm. And it takes a really long time to fix this kind of stuff, but it is possible. Play with the radio. Girl. Alright, so we're going to do this with Polly. Alright? Kitty. Kitty. Okay, something I'm going to do right now with Nocona, she gets a little wiggly, and so I like to do a lot of straight lines and just random stuff. It gets kind of boring riding in an indoor arena all the time. So winters can be very long. So what I'm going to do right now is my pinball exercise that I do. It's kind of like I just pretend that the arena is the pinball machine and we're the pinball, and we're just going to kind of go all over the place. So I'm just going to show you an example of that because it's a exercise that I think is really fun to do, and maybe it'll help you. So the point of this is to end on a good note where she was nice and responsive and willing, and she's happy your ears are up. So that's a good time for me to just be done. I have to show you Clover follows the boarders out to the pasture to get their horses, and then back to the barn again. Okay, today I am trimming Muffin's feet. I do all my own trimming, and I try to spread them out a lot because, you know, it hurts my back if I do too many at a time. So today I'm just going to trim Muffin. Maybe tomorrow I'll trim somebody else. I've been trimming my own horse's feet for, I think since 2008 was when I first started. And I'm really glad that I do it myself. The way I look at it is, I want to be as handy as possible and get as much of my own stuff done myself. So somebody recently asked on my channel when Manzer will have shoes put on. I'm always really excited when I can clip off a full round like that. It's just one of those little things that makes me happy. Because when I first started trimming, I tried so hard to do that, and it was really difficult. So, but you know, just one of those little things. Very gratifying. But anyway, somebody asked me if Manzer, or when Manzer was going to have shoes put on. And so, to answer that question, none of my horses have worn shoes in 11 years, 12 years, something like that. So I'm not intending on him having shoes. And that's kind of a, you know, talking about trimming is kind of like talking about bits and blanketing, which is kind of like talking about politics and religion. You just don't do it. And, or if you do, just know that there's going to be, everybody has their own opinion on stuff. So, and that's fine. I don't care what anybody else does. But for me, my horses just, the job that they have, they're working in an arena with soft sand. So they just don't need shoes. It'd be different if I was traveling all over and my horses were getting, you know, if my horses were on all sorts of different types of ground or really rocky terrain or something like that. But to work in my arena with soft sand, they absolutely do not need shoes. So there's no reason why I can't do all this stuff myself. And yeah, but I'm not against people putting shoes on their horses, nothing like that. If you want to put shoes on your horses, put shoes on your horses. But I choose not to shoe my own because I save myself a tremendous amount of money by doing it myself. And, you know, I try to keep learning as much as I can to do the best by the horse. And I enjoy it. I think it's fun. You know, when I used to barrel race and I'd be at rodeos, if my horse threw a shoe, what was I going to do? And, you know, I really started thinking about it back then, and it's like I want to be able to fix my own problems. I don't want to have to rely on someone else to do it. We have a farrier that comes out and does my boarders' horses because I don't trim everybody else's horses. I just do my own. So it's nice because I got our farrier who's here every 6 weeks, and you know I can ask her questions, or if I'm having problems, if I've got a foot that's giving me some, you know, concerns or something, I can just ask her to help, and that's really nice that I've got kind of a support network. If you do the math, I got a lot of horses, and having their feet trimmed every 6 weeks, that's $35 a piece. So, you know, you do the math. And when I used to have shoes on my horses, that was, I don't know, anywhere from 90 to 120-ish every 6 weeks, 8 weeks. That's a lot of money. So I gave myself, when I started trimming my own horse's feet, I gave myself a pretty significant raise. And that's kind of how I try to do things, you know. So I didn't have to raise my rates. Instead, I just found ways of saving myself some money. So if you're new to horses, horses need their hooves trimmed on a regular basis. And a good, every horse is different, and everybody will tell you something different. But a good, basic, my boarders have their horses done every 6 weeks on the mark. I mean, we're really, really, we stick to it very strictly, and their feet all look absolutely fantastic. Now, It just depends on the horse. Some horses need them done more often. Some horses really could go longer. Yeah, that's something horses always do. They always got a fart in your face. Always. Never fails. Every time I'm trimming somebody or cleaning hooves, they always got a fart in your face. It's like code for them. It's something that they have to do. But it takes me roughly, I don't know, 15 minutes per horse to trim their feet if they got no issues that I'm dealing with. Annabelle was still having a hard time. So we moved her to the arena so she could move her feet around a little bit more. And she's gonna stay in here for a little bit until she settles down, and then she'll be given her grain and put out for the day. Annabelle's been in the arena for about 15 minutes, and she was really having a hard time at first. Now she's standing nice and quiet. I like that. So she's looking like pretty soon here I'll be able to take and put her out. So now that Annabelle was standing nice and quiet, she's gonna go down and get her grain. And that's how I like to do it. No video would be complete without the adorable Mr. Manzer. Today is January 3rd, and he's been in a stall for half hour or so, hanging out eating his grain while I'm cleaning up the arena. A lot of people have been asking me when I'm going to start halter training him, and the answer is I don't really have a plan. The biggest thing is I want to make sure that I get it on video for everybody because I know that people want to see that. And the biggest problem is having somebody here to video because basically I carry my camera around with me and do my own videoing on my iPhone. It gets to be kind of complicated when I'm trying to do it all myself. So don't worry, it is coming. I just need to take the time to do it. But the way that I've been separating Nika and Manzer for the last 5 months or so has worked out extremely well because I am totally confident that I can take him into the arena and have his mom be in a stall or just out in the pasture or tied up, whatever I decide to do, and they're both going to be totally fine with it, and he'll be able to focus on the tasks that we're working on. Well, I am officially done for the evening, and I'm going to go on a date with my husband. We're going to go out for dinner, and I have to go to the feed store, so I have to go get probably 1,000 pounds of grain and shavings and all that kind of stuff. But if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like, share it with your friends, and leave me a comment below and let me know what you would like to see in an upcoming video, and I'll do my best to facilitate. So my goal for 2020 is to hit 20,000 subscribers. So if you enjoy this channel, if you would be so kind as to help me out by hitting that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hope you have a great day.